How far along is Indonesia in digital revolution? I think not far enough yet, but herein lies the opportunity. Based on McKinsey's findings, the country presents a curious paradox. Its digital denizens are among the world's most active, and it has a vibrant startup ecosystem, but overall lags in embracing the benefit of modern technology. So here's more about the Asian digital landscape with McKinsey's Asia Digital Managing Partner, Greg Theisen.
Gregor, thanks for your time here in Jakarta. And so welcome to the Marketplace program. So the first question is, can you explain, to start with, the innovation and transformation perspective towards Asian digital industry?
Tommy, it's great being here. Yes, I mean, Asia is the most exciting place I've been for the last 20 years. You know, it's very easy to spot that I'm not from that region, I'm German with my accent, and I've spent 18 years in Europe beforehand. And being now in Asia, that's a place where digital innovation is really happening. And there are three myths I want to talk about, which people in the rest of the world think about Asia. Number one is Asian companies are only copycats. Number two is Asia is one single market. And number three is digital is only about attackers. And I can tell you, all of these 3 points, they are all wrong.
They're all wrong. Can you elaborate more on that? Like how is your finding so far towards Asian region industries here?
Yeah. The first one is around copycats. And you know, you can pick any example in any market. But if you think about WeChat, some people argue, oh, it's just a copy of WhatsApp. However, the key difference is you can spend your entire day on WeChat. It's not only a social media where you interact with your friends. You can do, you know, restaurant booking, online banking, insurance purchase, whatever you can think of, get advice from your friends. So it's a new way of social media, and that is invented here. And I can go on with many other examples. And that is very, very unique about what I've seen in Asia. The other point is that there are so many different ecosystems in Asia around. So Northeast Asia one is for sure one. Then you have Japan, Australia, and of course, Southeast Asia. And these markets, they are all huge, but they are highly innovative. And that's really impressive.
Okay, let's talk more about the innovation part. If you mention highly innovative, can you explain more how innovative Asian, not the market, but the players in terms of this industry?
Yes. I think there are 4 key drivers. Some people always argue, well, the infrastructure is not in place, and therefore we need to find new ways of interacting with our customers. So one of the innovation drivers is based on the existing infrastructure, which is not outstanding. Sometimes it's 2G, 3G only, finding new ways of interacting. Second way is the adoption rate of mobile devices is extremely high. And individuals and customers are willing to spend time with their mobile device, and they are open for new ways of interacting with their friends, but also with companies. And players in Asia really use that. So based on the limited infrastructure, they find new ways of interacting via the mobile devices. Thirdly, Asia is a region of entrepreneurs. And that is unlike, and my European and American colleagues just like have to live with that sentence now, it's unlike these markets where you think about quarter by quarter. Here, entrepreneurs are bold thinkers, risk takers, but they are very focused on delivering value for their customers. And therefore, if they believe in a digital idea, they embark on that journey. It is CEO entrepreneur-led, and that makes the entire difference. And fourthly, the population is growing and it's much younger.
Can you tell me examples on companies that actually reshaping their business towards the digital industry so far?
There are a couple of examples out there, and we as McKinsey never talk about individual companies in public. Yeah? But what we do is, and going back to the US, the big examples, it's Amazon, how they have disrupted it. It's Netflix, how they have disrupted media and the whole video streaming and so on. So these are examples of companies, they have disrupted it. But I come back to my other example with WeChat, and the disruption is just beginning. And that is, if you think about the WeChat ecosystem, you can manage your entire life within WeChat. The question is if you want to do that. But if you want to do that, you can do that. And that is really disrupting, because if you think about it, somebody is owning the customer relationship. It's WeChat. If you want to have only one interaction, one application you interact with, you do it with them. And it's not a bank, an insurance company, a travel agency, all next to each other. And that is really disrupting here in Asia.
Okay, you also mentioned one big issue in terms of transforming or giving more innovation is the cyber security issues. How do you see it so far?
I believe that cybersecurity is one of the biggest threats for all companies out there. And why is that? Certain industries and sectors have been exposed to the internet for many years. Others don't. If you suddenly embark on the digital journey, and it starts very simple. If you as a company have only a front end, an application with your customer, suddenly you have an open interface to the world. Many companies are not used to that one. And I give a very simple example what is happening. You want to have an application which interacts with your customers. You have an excellent agency which develops this kind of application. They ask the company, oh, I want to test it. Can I have client data? You say, as a company, yes, here is my client data. The testing environment is out there in the cloud. The server is in a third country. Nobody knows where it is. If there's not enough protection out there, suddenly real client data is out there in the market. And we know all what's happening. So I'm not talking about fraud from central banks and so on, what is happening. It is these kind of events are affecting the trust in the brand of the company. And therefore, what we always suggest is, yes, embark on the digital journey. Yes, think about your strategy. Think about how you want to deliver it. But de-risking is extremely important right from the beginning. Because suddenly, you are out there. You are out in the open space, and everybody can access your data if you haven't protected it.
So do we need like a certain regulation, for example, to conquer that?
Well, there is a lot of regulation out there, and the regulation might be going forward, just like much more cybersecurity related. If you read the regulation, it is you have to protect the data of your customers. So if you just follow that one, that's all fine there. So it's not about regulation so much. I think it's much more around the mindset and the behavior and the control mechanisms of the individual companies.
Okay, so speaking about the mindset, you also spoke about in your presentation about the changing form of CEOs or leadership in terms of adapting with this type of industry. Can you tell us more about it?
When we look at, what are successful case examples? When are companies really successful in the digital world? The number one criteria we find is not technology. It's not, oh, they have excellent processes, the best app. It is the top management, the leadership really believes in the new digital world. And if you think about it, why is it so important? It is so important because you need to transform the entire business system, from sales to production to management, controlling, finance, HR, to just like accounting, that you have your balance sheet and P&L. It's an entire ecosystem what you need to transform. And if the leader is behind that one, and the leadership team, it makes the entire difference. How do these companies transform? We just like have the expression, it is a company in a box. So you put from each department people in one room, and they design the new world. But they have the decision rights. And it is a huge signal for the entire organization if the top management team is going to them in order to understand how the new company is working, and not the other way around. These people are reporting back, with nice written documents, word text, and so on. So that makes a difference. So a bold vision, the entire leadership team behind that one. If that's not the case, what we see is marginal investments, small attacker models, which might be successful, but they come and go over time.
All right. Gregor, thank you so much for your time. And it's a pleasure to have you in the show.
It was a pleasure. Thank you very
Thank you.
much, Tommy.
Thank you.